we will be continuing on to the next topic. Topic number 2. This comes by way of IGN. Thank you, IGN, first for their exclusive coverage on everything going on with Valve's next console. So here's what I'm just going to kind of go over some of the things with you guys on what their next console is. We have the Steam Deck. Kind of came out of nowhere, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it did.
I don't remember hearing any kind of rumors about this. You guys can interrupt me if I'm wrong.
No,
nothing.
So
we got the announcement for Valve Steam Deck. Valve, the people known for some of the biggest games of all time, Portal, Half-Life. They own Steam. They don't have to make any more games anymore. They own Steam. They can go home, rest. They're good. So these guys who have also made, I'm writing it down, the Valve Index, which is their VR machine, very expensive VR machine. And they also tried out a console PC hybrid known as the Steam Machine. We all know where that went because we haven't heard about it in a while.
In the gutter. That's where it went.
Absolutely, in the gutter.
Trash.
And there went all our chances of getting Gabe Newell on from the show. So IGN got to unveil the new Steam Deck, which is Valve's version of practically like their Nintendo Switch. And so I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that were announced and what this thing actually is. This is what they kind of consider it to be: a handheld full gaming PC. 1280 by 800 LCD 7-inch screen. It is touch enabled, custom AMD APU, 16 gigabytes of RAM. Tom Mark comments they saw it running Jedi Fallen Order on high specs. So that shows you kind of the power. We all know that they got Austin's attention.
Hey, quick correction. His name is Tom Marks. Multiple Marks.
Tom Marks with the apostrophe after the S. Thank you for that correction. No one knew that other than you and I, but thank you for calling me out, Adam.
Yeah, of course. Hey,
it runs.
If Tom Marks watches the show, I want to know that. I want him to know I got his back. Right. Come on, man.
You're right. Thank you. Runs a new Steam OS. It has a Linux-based desktop, access to browser. You can download third-party programs. So technically, you can literally access the Linux desktop, completely delete the Steam OS, download Windows, and do Windows off of this thing. Like, it's weird how open it is.
That's weird.
There's 3 different versions of it. $399 for 64 gigabytes, $529 for 256 gigabytes, and $649 for 512 gigabytes. Only model with an anti-glare etch glass screen, which is the 512 gigabyte version. Along with that, it comes with a mini SD card slot. It has the back and rear buttons, which is really cool. When I saw that, I was like, Nintendo, please, that would be so super cool to add that onto the I was gonna say the nunchucks to the
Joy-Con.
The back
precision track pads. Yeah, back rear buttons.
Sorry, I was so caught up on the SD card slot. I'm like, what? Why does you want Nintendo to put SD cards in their Joy-Cons?
No. They got that. There is precision trackpads. It kind of works as a mouse pad. Mouse and keyboard enabled. It is using a USB-C dock. It can connect to a monitor. Then you can connect a mouse and keyboard to that. You can connect Ethernet. Valve is also working on their own version of a USB-C dock. So you can use any kind of existing USB-C dock to connect this to a monitor and attach other attachments to it. When asked about battery life, Pierre Lou stated that it goes about 2 to 8 hours, depending on what you're doing. Portal 2, I know that's a weird window of hours, dude. Portal 2 can be played for 4 hours straight if limited to 30 frames per second. It can stretch to 5 to 6 hours. Lastly, the Steam OS is free of charge, so other manufacturers can create their own devices running Steam OS. This is very important because
that's big.
That shows that Steam doesn't really care about the console. They just know if you put Steam OS inside of any other device, we're still making profit off of that. And then I also put that other Valve consoles as well, other than that. So kind of running down everything in regards to the specs of these consoles. Austin, I'm going to start with you. You are a PC gamer. Do you get your games off of Steam? And is this something that piques your interest?
Steam is the best place to buy games ever in the world. That is my statement because
Wow.
they are the most accessible and they are the
Wow.
cheapest on Steam. Wow.
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 Oh wow.
So this, I mean, I'm really excited for this. I think having access to the Steam library on the go is huge. Steam has an awesome reputation for the library. So as far as who does this belong to, all that stuff, how is this seen by PC gamers who have these $2,500 setups that can run with insane specs? And I think this is an interesting category because it sort of falls in between the whole console handheld, but like PC as well. You have the library of a PC gamer, but the specs are closer to a regular console Switch or whatever. Um, it's very it's very interesting. I wish $400 for 64 gigs isn't great. Games are so massive. So
That
I
could
don't
be
really
technically
know.
one game, dude.
If you like, if you were wanting to play a Call of Duty, and Call of Duty's on Steam, right? Yeah, Call of Duty. Like, I
Yes.
mean, like that's it. It's a Call of Duty handheld Call of Duty. We're going back to those like specific like Donkey Kong handheld things where it's just one game. So the pricing combined with like the memory, it's a lot. But again, you're getting it all handheld. So I think it's really interesting. I'm really interested in it. I'm gonna see how people react to it, their thoughts. I don't. The $400 price tag at 64 gigs is a tough sell for me personally.
Yeah.
But that's just me. So I honestly, and I'm just gonna say it. The console is hideous. I mean, it is ugly. Like, it is not an attractive device. Like when
It
I
looks like a
first
Wii U
saw
gamepad.
it, it looks exactly. I saw it and I just went, oh, that's rough. But it's really cool concept. I really hope that like another manufacturer. It's exciting. I'm excited about SteamOS being available to other devices. I'm excited for that potential. I would really love to see a really kind of clean, sleeker device adopt that software. I get it though. It's hard. It's basically running a condensed little PC, so it's hard to make that pretty looking. But it sure ain't pretty. So yeah, I'm probably not going to buy it anytime soon, but I'm very interested and it's very exciting. I think it for the future, handheld PC gaming is pretty crazy concept. And the ability to plug in a mouse and keyboard, like if you just wanted to just have a dedicated gaming console that you can plug in a mouse and keyboard, plug it into your desk, your monitor, and then just take it out and put it at your TV with a remote, with a with a controller. That sounds like my dad. Where's the Xbox remote? But anyways, I'm excited about it. Excited to see people buy it and their thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah.
Adam, what are your thoughts on this whole Steam Deck?
Man, I am so conflicted. I've been like spending 2 years mentally gearing myself up to like build a PC.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, but at the same time, and it's like, and then like Nintendo's like my indie machine, like my Switch is like my indie machine, and it's like, so wait a minute, I want to build a PC and I have Nintendo as my indie machine, but it doesn't get everything right away. Is this something I want? I don't know if this is something I want. I think I like the idea, if I build a PC, is that I would use it for a lot of other stuff too, hopefully. I don't know if that would quite be the same case if I bought like the Steam Deck. And then it's like, even if I had the Steam Deck, I'm still gonna have the Nintendo Switch anyway. So do I like just forego doing the Steam Deck and be like, I'll play either on those whatever Steam games I would be missing out on the PC I theoretically build, or what. Part of the reason I want to do the PC is like also like to play like the few Xbox exclusives that I want to play on it, versus having to buy like a third actual console to sit up here. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I theoretically like to do. So I'm also very intrigued. I would love for this to put some pressure on Nintendo. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's going to, but I'm like, I can dream, right? That Nintendo be like, "Oh man, we should release some extra stuff."
Yeah.
I think for me, in regards to the Steam Deck, more like big steamy poop, because I honestly the thing, oh,
Whoa.
got him, you know what I'm saying,
Oh,
yo, God.
clip
Uh,
that.
oh wow, it just started. Adam, do you have something to say?
Yeah, that's not very nice, Rob.
Oh,
That's not very nice.
you're gonna be muted right now. So in regards to what I in regards to what I feel with the Steam Deck, it's very interesting. It is a very niche thing. Like Austin said, it is super, super niche. The way I
Mm.
see this is the same way that I see like the Microsoft Surface Duo. Was that like the phone
Mm.
that has like two screens? Like this is Project One, but it's gonna get better on either the second iteration or the third iteration.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't see this as like a failure. I see this as like, oh man, this has a lot of potential.
Mm.
A lot of
Mm.
potential. But I kind of am like, this is not for me. This is not for
Yeah.
me at all.
I
I agree.
Thinking about it, it's like if it feels like the main use case is like you already play all of your games on Steam and you don't
Yes.
own any other consoles, or it's
Yeah,
like because you play everything on Steam and you want your progress to carry over with you on the go,
for
you
sure.
take the Steam Deck on the go, and then you still have it
Absolutely.
when you go on trips or you're just like chilling on the couch, or whatever. Like that feels like the main use case, and like you said, that feels very niche.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and I feel like a good use case for this, and I mean, like I said, this example is a very niche example. Let's say your main thing is Steam. You have all your games on Steam. Hey, I'm gonna go over to a
Yeah.
buddy's house and let's play games while we're over there. Okay, well, you literally can hook this thing up and it's your computer straight up on your friend's desktop, literally portable, the size of I mean, I don't know, I haven't held it, but it looks like the size of a Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
And so the size of that, hook that up, and you have a desktop straight up right there. You literally can
Yeah.
download Adobe, you can download Premiere, like you can actually do things with this thing. It's really weird how open this is. You can even go as far as being like, you can do emulators on this. Like you can do
Mm.
Game Pass on this. You can
You can
do
play
there's a
Stadia
lot
on it.
exactly. You can play Stadia on it. Like there's a lot of different possibilities that you can do with this. I think the price point is a bit egregious. And I know Gabe Newell,
Yeah.
who is like the top dog of Valve, he even said that the price point was painful. So I know for a fact that this is hurting them by making it this cheap. And when I say quote unquote cheap, if you want to go as far as being like $649 for the highest tier, that's still like half the price for a pretty good desktop computer, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
649, yeah, that is more expensive than Xbox Series X and a PS5, but I feel like this is targeting PC gamers and a very
Mm-hmm.
niche market of them. And so
Yeah.
I don't know, it's interesting, but I want to see
This
what they can do past this. Awesome.
this is for the PC gamers who adamantly hate consoles. Right? This is for them so that they can finally leave their PC desk and play outside. That's what this is for.
And they can be like, "This isn't a console; it's a PC."
Exactly,
It's a,
dude.
I swear,
This
it's a
isn't a
computer. It's not
handheld.
a Switch. It's not a Switch. They get really defensive
All
about it.
like the PC
Yo, is
master
that a
race
Wii U
people
gamepad?
are going to be like so defensive.
I do want to say, I wonder if there wasn't a chip shortage. I wonder if this would have been a little more powerful. Like, would we have actually seen
Ooh.
maybe some stronger specs inside of it if it wasn't for the chip shortage? I have no way of actually like seeing if that is a
Mm,
case or not. But if this was a little bit more powerful, like if it had a 3060 in it,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
there's
God.
3060s in laptops. If there's a 3060 in this thing, I mean, I'd probably be a bit more inclined to probably jump on and even get this, because in the grand scheme of it all, that thing would still be more powerful than my 2015 MacBook. You know what I'm saying? And I would be like,
Yeah.
yo, I can open this thing up and actually download Windows and then download Premiere and blah 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 in it. Like you can do a
Yeah.
lot of things with this. And I there is some things that they do get right. I think the PS Vita completely ended the moment it got hacked, and
Mm.
PlayStation did not want another PS3 situation of getting hacked. And so the moment that they broke the PS Vita, boom, done. Like people from inside have said that that kind of was one of the nails in the coffin. Like, let's end it. We're not doing this. And so
Mm.
for someone like Valve to come out and be like, yeah, you can open this thing up. You can literally delete the Steam OS if you want to and just do whatever you want with this. That's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
it kind of shows to them that it's going as far as third parties can download the Steam OS and make their own versions of this. So I
Yeah.
wonder within the next year,
Exactly.
who's going to come out with their own version of of the Steam Deck, utilizing
Yeah.
the Steam OS.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm interested in. And
Yeah,
so
me too.
I don't know, that's the potential that I'm actually probably excited to see. Like, is it possible that Razer will come out and be like,
Yeah.
hey, here's our Razer handheld running Steam
Yeah.
OS, and it's their sleek version of it. And then we can go even further with other tech
Mhm.
companies wanting
Yeah.
to do the same thing, you know? So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I'm excited about
It is
that.
very interesting. So any last words that we want to talk about in regards to the Steam Deck, or we good?
I will throw it out there. A couple of like I don't remember if it was specifically Tom Mark's hands-on impressions or a different IGN employee who also did it, who I can't remember who it was. But a couple of things to note, like the Steam Deck does get hot, but it's designed in a way to
Oh.
like move the heat away from the controllers specifically.
Interesting.
Huh.
So like, well, I don't know about how hot, but you
Interesting.
know, it's definitely going to get warm playing these games. You know, kind of
Right.
at the performance specs that they're saying, and so it's like, yes, you know, heat is drawn away from the controller specifically, and I know a lot of people are knocking on like flat across, you know, thumbsticks, like
Yeah,
D-pad
Oh
and
button
buttons and
yeah.
layout.
everything like that. But the reviews for people who went like hands on are like, hey, this is actually
Yeah, it
comfortable.
works. Yeah.
So like
I was surprised
they
by that.
they definitely designed it for like function. And as
Yeah.
Austin alluded to, this was not designed for like aesthetics in any
There's no
any
fashion going on
sense
with
of
this
it,
one.
None of
of
that.
the word.
No.
So no like colorful little like asymmetrical, you know, Joy-Con on the
Yeah.
side or
Yeah,
anything like
exactly.
that.
No.
But
Yeah.
oh, and what they made like a really like a I don't remember who shared it, but they're like they came out and kind of made a very pointed statement of like, you know, the thumbsticks are going to perform well, and we make sure that we use like only components that are going to work very well. And just like they didn't
At
call out
Nintendo.
specifically Drift or Nintendo,
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
that was definitely the
Totally.
subtext there, and I thought it was funny.
Absolutely.
I will say my last thing that I do want to say, what's cool about the console is the fact that it has the back buttons.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I got my Elite Series X controller. And that's what I loved
Jealous.
about with the PS4. This was like the last year
Mhm.
of the life of the console when they came out with the back button attachment. Like those back buttons do so much, and that's what is when I say so much, I mean in regards to the realm of like when you're playing shooters or other games, maybe
Yeah.
for accessibility as
Bloodborne.
well. It does help out with those things as well, where you don't ever have to take your finger off of the your right analog to look. Like you can always keep it on and then remap all those buttons to the back button. So
Wow.
it's so cool that they put those on this gamepad, and I kind of want to see like, okay, will Nintendo ever see this and be like, hey, you know what? Let's add some buttons to the back of our Joy Cons as well. More than likely, probably not.
Just
But
fix the existing problems, please.
Yeah,
Please.
just fix the freaking joysticks.
yeah, for real, for real.
Actually, I will say, Power A, you know, they're you know, a third party like
Oh, yeah.
hardware manufacturer, they
Yeah.
recently announced or came out with their like Pro controller, which is compatible with the Switch,
Ooh.
and that has
Hmm.
that's like basically not quite an Xbox Elite controller, but it's like similar. It's like $90.
It has back buttons.
Yeah, it has
Ooh,
back buttons
that's
that you can
cool.
remove or put them back on, and like different
Let's go,
thumbsticks
dude.
and stuff like that. And so it's like the
Wow.
big,
The
you know,
Fusion Pro.
but
That's cool.
I need to look into
throwing
that.
it
I
out
need to
there.
look into that.
Take my
All
money.
right,
I don't
guys.
own a Switch.
We are well, not yet, not yet.